I thought that I would play a game of, is this Glee storyline real or fake?
Nice, okay.
I have found some of my favourite storylines.
Yeah.
And I'm going to have you guess. And then I've made some up. And honestly, they're the most batshit things in the entire world. And I don't know if you'll even be able to tell what's real and what's not. So I'm very excited.
Okay.
First one. The teacher of the Glee Club impregnates 2 of the students at the same time. And when those babies grow up, they create a band.
What? Golly gosh. That is a genuine Glee storyline. Because you're too stupid to think of something like that.
I made it up. Yes, I made that up. But honestly, it's not that far from what could happen. So let's continue, shall we?
Is there anything that was remotely close to that happened?
Yes, but it comes up later, so I'm not going to tell you.
All right, then, so I now know that one's true.
No, you don't be too sure, baby. Don't be too sure. There's a lot about babies, okay? There is a gas leak in the choir room, and one member of the Glee Club hallucinates that everybody around them has turned into puppets, and they remain as puppets for the entire episode, and the episode culminates in those puppets singing "What Does the Fox Say?"
What the fuck is this show? That's batshit crazy, but that's true.
That is true.
Yeah, it was.
It
was the way that you said. And it goes on until the end of the show.
Yeah.
Okay.
45 minutes and everyone's puppets, and then the episode ends with those people coming back to life, no longer being puppets, but having the puppets on their hands, which makes no sense because the entire thing was a hallucination. So how now?
Were they doing this whole thing as? Is that the idea then?
No, the idea was throughout the entire episode they turned into puppets.
Yeah, but that's what they saw through the hallucination.
Yes, and then
but was
no,
what was actually
that
happening.
That would be
just
better.
Doing that?
No, that would be better if they explained that. No explanation.
Maybe that's what you were meant to just
No,
assume had happened.
No,
but
I literally
you're
went
a silly
on.
little boy.
I went on the Glee official Glee podcast with 2 people from Glee like last year, and I asked them about it because I was like, "What did you question what was happening in your career when this was happening?" They were like, "Yeah, it made no fucking sense." When one of them literally said when they filmed that episode, Artie from Glee, Kevin McHale, said when he filmed that episode is when he realised that the franchise had gone completely downhill. So great times. Right. Rachel, the main character,
Anastasia.
Rachel spikes the Glee Club water fountain with cocaine. And when they all find out, they sing The A-Team by Ed Sheeran.
Right, that's Max made that up.
That's not true, surely.
That is not true.
Yeah, Max made that up.
Something quite similar happens though. They all discover alcohol at the same point, go to a party, and then all within the space of having alcohol for the first time and it basically being 1 week become full-blown alcoholics, to the point where all of the songs that they sing that week are about alcohol, and it culminates in them singing TikTok by Kesha and then all throwing up on the stage. That was like an alcohol awareness piece that I think they were trying to do.
Okay.
Very entertaining and thrilling. Next. Oh my god. There's a character that has Down syndrome. And in one episode,
I hope that wasn't why you were trying to compose yourself.
No, just you were. No.
Full stop.
No. So there's a character that has Down syndrome, and in one episode, they get really horny and scream at one of the members of the Glee Club. I've got special needs, and one of those special needs is having mouth sex with your face.
That is true.
It's true.
Yeah. What? Was it just like a one man writing this, producing this, or
I think they just spun a wheel every episode. They're like, right, so the person with Down syndrome is gonna get really horny and say, "Broo." Like, I do not know. To be fair, it was a great casting decision because it was this person called Becky Jackson in the show who was like, you might have seen the head cheerleader, Sue Sylvester. You might recognize her if you saw her. She was like the main character from it. Yeah. Well, Becky was like her sidekick. And I think that they cast her because they basically wanted to show that even though she has Down syndrome, she doesn't have like, you know, she's not like a nice, like wholesome person. She was like very raunchy, very rude, very outspoken, very argumentative. So
we're going against the grain.
Literally,
Down syndrome people can be bitches too.
Literally, that's basically what they were doing. So, but yeah, it was very entertaining.
That's such a weird route to take.
Honestly, this show.
Let's be inclusive, but also make sure everybody hates them.
Yeah. They were this show went and it tackled so many serious and important issues in the worst, most offensive way humanly possible. That's why it's so funny that it was seen as such like a barrier breaking show at the time, because when you watch it back, you're like, this is offensive to every single minority that it addresses. Like, this is not good. Oh well, right, next. A member of the Glee Club was bulimic, and all the other members sorry, I'll say that again. I don't know. I got quite emotional. I just love Glee. A member of the Glee Club was bulimic, and all of the other members shunned her because she passed out on stage whilst they were in a competition and performing Gangnam Style.
I think you've thrown the word shun in there because you think I wouldn't think that you know that that's a thing. So I think you are trying to fabricate something there, and that is not true.
That is a true storyline. You find out that she's got bulimia. They don't really even say the word bulimia. They're just like, ew, Marley's throwing up again. Ew, she's so pathetic. And then she like has to get all her costumes taken in because she doesn't fit in them anymore, and she's losing weight dramatically.
Yeah.
And then they are performing. They get the one Asian person on the team who is an incredible singer and never would get like solos at any of the big competitions. The one solo that she ever got was Gangnam Style. and she's not even Korean. She's not Korean in the slightest.
Well, also, where's the other lines in Gangnam Style? Surely there is only a solo.
Oh, yeah. So they were in the back like, ba, 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 eh. Sexy lady. And then, yeah, Marley passed out whilst performing because she's bulimic. And when they all found out, they were like, I can't believe that she ruined the competition for us. She's so selfish. Open Gangnam Style. Yeah, that was great. A pregnant member of the Glee Club convinced her boyfriend that he was the father of her child, even though they'd never had sex. Her reasoning was that one time he ejaculated in a hot tub that she was also in.
What the fuck?
I have heard of a jacuzzi jizzy before.
A jizz-koozie.
A jacuzzi.
Jizz-koozie works better.
A jacuzzi.
Yeah.
Is that a thing that actually happens?
Well,
Can I get pregnant if someone...
Yes, you can. The reasoning behind it was that apparently the temperature of a hot tub is optimum temperature for sperm to travel further than they might do usually.
No way.
So,
Nice.
Yeah.
It's like the sort of Russ Cook of the sperm world.
Yes.
He's the one that ran Africa.
Yeah, yeah. It said Michael Phelps.
This
but
is...
you said the guy who ran, but... Sorry.
He was a specialist in sprint swimming, so that would have been a very silly thing to say. I will go for truth.
It is true.
Yeah, boy.
But it is in fact false that you can get pregnant in a jacuzzi. That was what the person said to convince the boy, but that is in fact
I
not
want to
true.
see if that's true. I've heard that before.
It's not true.
I'm finding out.
I think at one point
I'm
it was
finding out.
spread.
I'm finding out.
Fact checking. I think at one point it was spread on social media and people went crazy, and then it was obviously dispelled because, yeah, a sperm cannot survive in water.
So
and
I've typed in,
chlorine.
can I get pregnant? Not full stop, but the predictive is, can I get pregnant on my period? Can I get pregnant without sex? Can I get pregnant whilst breastfeeding? Has that got anything to do with? That's a good question, actually. Is that?
Yeah, I doubt it.
Can I get pregnant from pre-cum? Yummy, yummy. Can I get pregnant
pre-cum makes me feel a bit ill.
from dry sperm?
Dry sperm.
What
Surely
does that
not.
even mean? We're just
I think it just means that some that's been
scrape
like,
it off
left
of
there.
something. Oh, that's disgusting.
That is awful. Can you get pregnant from a hot
it's
tub?
a myth.
Yeah,
Sperm
see.
can only live in hot water for a few seconds before dying off. So if you were right next to each other,
Yeah, and you shoved all that water up your fanny.
Fucking hell.
Then maybe, but it sounds quite
so
unlikely.
those trying the old Jacuzzi method at
Yeah.
home, make sure that you're right next to each other, maybe a couple
And you've got
centimeters.
a pipette. Scoop up some of
Yeah.
the water and shove it in.
Yeah, that might be
Yeah.
the way.
Yeah, maybe. Okay, next one. One of the teachers has always had a difficult relationship with their parents because she did not see them much growing up, as they had told her
She was
that,
blind.
No, that they were famous. That they were famous Nazi hunters.
What? No.
And she found out,
That's a good job to have.
but because of that, they couldn't see their child very often.
Well, more for them.
And as she got older, she found out that they had lied to her, and they just didn't want to be around her.
I bet she did not see that coming. I'm going to go for falsch.
It's true.
Das ist falsch.
That is true. It's true. Yes, Sue Sylvester, one of the key characters of the show.
Yeah.
Throughout the entire show, she talks about how, she didn't see her parents growing up that much because they were famous Nazi hunters.
Sylvester alone.
Yes, quite literally. And then found out that her parents had lied to her. They just didn't want to be around her.
Oh God.
Bit brutal. if you
Sylvester
ask me.
still alone.
Okay, you can stop now.
Yeah. Next, at a Glee Club competition, a rival team's captain died on stage. So the Glee Club changed their song last minute to "We Are the Champions" by Queen.
That has to be a lie.
That is a lie. I made that up.
Yeah.
That would have been great though, and I would not have put it past
But there's
them.
so many levels to that where I was like, this can't be true. Number one, they die on stage, the competition goes on.
Yeah.
And,
Honestly, you'd
and
be
number two,
shocked.
they go, hey, we've got an opportunity here. But as well, this is now effectively our victory lap because we've definitely won. Let's just sing "We Are the Champions."
What inspired me to come up with that one is that at the end of season 1,
It's because that is what you would do.
yes, at the end of season 1, Quinn Fabray, who is pregnant the entire season, goes into birth at the peak of a competition, and they sing Bohemian Rhapsody by Queen while she's giving birth.
What does that even... What's
She's singing
the
it.
relevance between Bohemian Rhapsody
Do you know the
and-
bit where it's like, "For me"? It builds up like that, and then every time it cuts to her, and she's like, "For me," and she's like pushing.
She's giving birth whilst doing the song?
Yes, it's brilliant. This show is just ridiculous. It's so bizarre.
She has to be... It starts off very quiet, though, Bohemian
I
Rhapsody.
see a little silhouette of a man.
Meanwhile-
Scala push.
Oh, yeah, but I see it. Does she have to be like...
Literally, it would just cut to her being like, "Ah!" And then they'd be on stage like, "Ah!"
Thunderbolts
So
of lightning, very,
very
very
frightening
frightening.
me.
Galileo.
Yeah, and then she go, "Ah!" Do it. Let's do it. You do the song and I'll do the
I need to get the
noises.
lyrics up.
Just do that bit. We don't have to do the whole song.
No, we do. Oh, we do.
Oh my god. Right, this is me and George.
Oh, this is the bit that I
reenacting-
was on about.
Wait. This is me and George reenacting the scene from Glee where Quinn is giving birth and they sing Bohemian Rhapsody.
Because I would like to know how this is possible.
Okay.
So act like a genuine pregnant woman in this.
Okay. That's not hard.
There you go. That's the belly.
Oh.
Is this the real life? Is this just fantasy?
Oh.
Caught in a landslide. No escape from reality.
Ah.
Open your eyes. Look up to the skies and see. I'm just a
Get to
poor
the bigger bits. Go to the big bits.
Mama just killed a man. Put a gun against his head. Pulled my trigger. Now he's dead. Mama, life had just begun. But now I've gone and thrown it all away. Mama, ooh, didn't mean to make you cry. If I'm not back again, like,
Keep going, it gets better.
this time tomorrow.
Oh!
I can't even. How does this bit go? Carry on.
Do the I see a little silhouette.
Okay, sorry. Okay.
Yeah, go to the big bits.
You're in labour.
Sorry. Oh!
I see a little silhouette of a man. Scaramouche, Scaramouche. Will you do the fandango? Thunderbolts and lightning, very, very frightening me. Galileo, Galileo, Galileo.
That was basically it. That was great. I think we did a really good job there. Yeah, so that was false.
Did they do the full story, the full song?
Yeah, I'll show it to you
How
later.
the hell did they get through all that?
Oh, it's incredible.
Here's it come, here's
On
it
Glee,
go.
they do like 1.5 minute versions of the song.
Boring.
So it's not, yeah.
There's no
Um,
full Bohemian Rhapsody.
Right, next one. One of the teachers desperately wants to get married, but comes to the conclusion that no one will fulfill her the way that she does.
No one fulfill.
No one will fulfill her the way that she fulfills herself, so she officially gets married to herself.
That's true.
That is true. So Sue Sylvester gets married to herself. She gets a gown made.
Sylvester,
Not so alone.
alone, still very alone.
Yeah, still very alone actually. Yeah. So she gets she wears tracksuits all the time because she's the cheerleading coach. So she gets an Adidas tracksuit made into a
And
wedding
her parents
gown.
told her to jog on.
Oh my god. Next one. One of the teachers gets so depressed because a rival colleague is performing better than her, so she tries to overdose and commit suicide, but uses gummy vitamins and just ends up with a sore jaw.
Here's my thought process. You thought you could overdose on multivitamin gummies until very recently, so thought that was a funny thing that you could put into an idea for something that was going to happen. So this is a lie.
It's true. This was in the show. Great storyline. Sue, again, she tries to
What
commit
is she
suicide.
doing?
I don't know. I think she was just really going through it whilst filming the TV show, obviously, whilst the show captured that portion of her life. Yeah, it was a lot. It was a lot. Bless her, though. She's doing well, hopefully, now. We don't know.
More vitamins than Guardians. Sure, stupid Stu, fuck, shit.
A student and a teacher were having an affair, and then they realised that they were uncle and niece. So they sang in the corridors of the school, "Now you're just somebody that I used to know."
That's a lie.
That is a lie. I made that up. They do sing that song, but I think it's between two estranged brothers. That is when they sing that. So, yeah, less... I think, personally, they should have gone with my storyline, to be honest with you. That would have been a bit better.
They still know each other, though. What is this?
Yeah, true.
What is this bullshit?
True.
That goes to the singer of that song. Who sings that?
I can't remember, but good song, though. Great song. Now you're just somebody that I used to know.
Somebody.
The Glee Club teacher's wife was faking her pregnancy because she thought that he would leave her if he knew that she'd had a miscarriage. So she convinced a teenage member of the Glee Club that was pregnant at that time to give her unborn child. True or false?
True.
It's true.
Yes, I'm getting good at this.
You are. It's true. She was a foam stomach for her entire pregnancy. And then at around 7 or 8 months, Will Schuester finds out that it's not normal for a pregnant woman to have a foam stomach.
Yeah.
And that she had miscarried, unfortunately.
Whoa. Hold the phone. What's going on here?
Hold the foam. I hate this job. This is one of my personal favourites. There is a transgender student in the school, and there's discourse amongst the pupils about which bathroom that person should use. So the head teacher makes them sing Beyonce's If I Were a Boy in front of a portaloo that has a question mark on the door.
Surely not.
That's true.
That is true.
That is
Gosh.
wild.
Honestly, wild. Like an emotional ballad. This person's sobbing in front of a portaloo that has a big, like, cartoon question mark on the door. This show was facing real issues in the most inappropriate and offensive ways that it possibly could. And that's why we love it.
That's not when you put like.
If I Were a Boy by Beyonce as well.
That's why musicals don't tend to tackle hard-hitting
Yeah.
issues outside of, my boyfriend broke up with me.
It
Because you
felt-
can't sing about that shit.
It felt progressive at the time. And upon reflection, I'm sure it did more harm than good.
Or this is no, actually, scrap that. This is why musicals make up their own songs normally.
Yeah, that's true.
And why people think Mamma Mia was done so well. It's just like, look, it seems like they made these songs up,
Yeah.
but you can't just. It's
Yeah.
wild.
Do you know what? Great character though. Unique. We love. Next. Only two more. A member of the Glee Club is insecure that they are a 16-year-old virgin. And so they hire...
Should be.
And so he hires a prostitute that ends up being an old member of the Glee Club from years before.
Nice.
And when this
Keep it in the
member
family.
finds out that they too are in the Glee Club, they sing an a cappella version of Like a Virgin by Madonna to them.
Oh my god. No, please no.
That's a lie.
That is a lie. There is an episode of Glee where like 3 of them all lose their virginity on the same night.
To a prostitute.
And whilst they have it, just by 2 other members of the Glee Club. And
What's
whilst
the
they're
point?
all having sex, they sing Like a Virgin by Madonna.
What? During the act?
Whilst they're having sex, yes. So there's full scenes of them like taking their clothes off and like being in bed kissing, and then they break, and then they're like a virgin. Whoo! And then
So
they like get back in.
in musicals, when I've not watched a lot of.
Have you ever seen a musical in real life, like a play?
Not a, I think
West
I
End?
think I have, but usually
We need to go.
when
You should take him to Book of Mormon.
Oh my god, you would love.
You would love
I've,
Book of
I've
Mormon.
heard it's good.
Oh my god.
But
Carry on.
when they usually do musicals, it's like people either sing along together and it makes sense, or like they're on their own and it's like a little sad story, and then they sort of like snap out of it and go like run off or whatever. When they sing in the presence of another person, is it meant to be like this is just our little thing that nobody else can hear, or is it?
It's supposed to be. I honestly can't even tell you, because there are moments where, like, one of the main themes of the show is that the Glee Club is a very underfunded club
Yeah.
because no one cares about it. And yet every single time that they perform, they seem to have the most elaborate backdrops with like multiple extras, props, everything that you could possibly imagine, like costume changes every 2 seconds. And yet they have no money. So I just think that when you watch the show, you kind of suspend yourself away from reality and acknowledge that this isn't real. It's
Yeah.
very entertaining, and that's what's happening.
Because in my head, I'm thinking of like Grease, like you know the
Look at me,
Yeah.
I'm saying.
and it's like
sort of
to their
that-
friends, and it's like
sort of that vibe, but yeah, they all kind of know the words to every song. They also have predetermined choreography that happens. It's kind of like High School Musical in a way. Like, we're doing this activity, and now here's a song about that activity.
yeah, those are the ones that I don't understand.
Yeah.
When musicals like the song makes sense in that time, then I'm like, okay, I'm on board with this. When it's like, oh, another song, why though? That's when I'm like,
Glee started to get to a point where it was obvious that they were making certain storylines so that they could sing a specific song. And unfortunately, I believe that the transgender issue was actually a case of that as well, which, again, is absolutely hilarious and incredibly offensive.
Yeah.
So, yeah. And that's what you missed on Glee. Glee! One last one. One of the Glee Club members gets a root canal at the dentist. And
Darling.
whilst they're under anesthetic, they have a dream that real-life Britney Spears comes over to them and dances with them. Because of this, all of the other members of the Glee Club wanted to also be put under anesthetic just so that they could have dreams about Britney Spears. And it ended with them all kind of getting addicted to anesthetic and going to the dentist. And Britney Spears herself actually cameoed in the episode.
Is this the brainchild of Balegde?
I think it is the brainchild of Balegde.
This is a true storyline. They got Britney Spears in season 2 to actually be in the show. And fun fact, one of these songs from an anesthetic induced coma is one that I recreated with my little sister in lockdown. I recreated shot by shot a scene from Glee.
Nice.
And I put a pair of tights on my head so that I could look like Santana from the show.